That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's how I'm gonna sleep at night. It's time to start some fall projects. Back in the summertime, I went to an estate sale with my sister and I found some really cool fabric pieces. These, like it's supposed to make this little pumpkin bear at the bottom with a little trick-or-treat bag. And my sister really likes this one. And I bought the one that I can make this cute little cat. There's instructions on how to make it. Cut these pieces out, sew them together, put some stuffing in it, and I got a pumpkin bear. How easy this is gonna be, I don't know. It looks pretty easy, but knowing me, the easiest projects send me in a spiral of despair, and I don't want to think about that, but here we are. I'm gonna try to make this. This is giving me very like 90s, early 2000s Halloween aesthetic, which is what I strive for. I'm gonna attempt to do the bear, and if the bear goes smoothly, then I'm going to attempt to make the cat. So we'll see how far I get on that, right? I already have the stuffing outside. I used it to make a hamburger a few months ago, so I still have all that. If I need to buy more, I'm going to Michael's. So that's essentially it. I'm going to attempt to make this Halloween bear. I was trying to read the instructions and Pippin said no. Pippin, you have everywhere else to sit. Why you gotta sit there? Oh, aren't you a cutie? I gotta read the directions and I gotta cut out all the shapes. So I'm gonna try and go in order of what they tell me to do. So it looks like they tell me to do the head first. That's the head. So let's cut that out. And the middle of the head, which is this piece here. I should probably iron these. Where's my ironing board? Do all the brown parts first. So I think I'm going to use, that's kind of close. I mean, I probably could just use white, but I would like to be a little bit more professional, I guess. So we'll go with this one. And there's the matching bobbin. See, this is what I like. I like how I have all my threads in here and I can see all my bobbins here. These bobbins here are empty bobbins, and then these ones are like the black and white and silver, and the elastic ones for shearing, whatever. I'm gonna go take this sewing machine, sew it up. This is difficult. I don't like this. How am I supposed to turn it? I am quickly remembering why I don't like sewing. It's on a curve and that's weird. I don't like it. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put it in the sewing machine and see how it goes. Here's the head. Oh, he has a little pointed nose. That's okay. I've this one. Why did they start the project on the most difficult thing? The most difficult thing on here. Okay, that's done. Pumpkin body. So here's the thing. The reason why I'm cutting all these pieces out individually and not like all at once, because I will lose them. I know I'm working on the project today. Hopefully I'll get the whole thing done today, but I will lose a piece. So if they're still attached to the fabric, I have a better chance of not losing it. I need to get a new one of these. I mean, like, this is fine, but like this material is IKEA and that's not really my vibe. I should do eventually. Oh, okay. These directions are kind of making sense. So what I have to do is I have to now sew this one, and then once it's sewn, I have to take the bear head and stick the bear head in this diagram, sew it up, and then pop it out of this, because this here I'm not supposed to sew. I'm supposed to leave this for turning. Okay, that's great. I figured that out. I left my camera running over where I was ironing, and Pippin decided to sit there. Okay, it's done. Now I have to put the head in. And the head goes, let's make sure I put the head in the right way. I think I put the head in like this. I went back to the sewing machine and sewed his head onto the pumpkin body. He's got a little bit more of a pointed snout. It's fine, we're gonna live with that. What's the next step? Next step is not on this one. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so these arms are looking like potatoes right now. And I really want some potatoes right now. Am I wrong? Do they not look like potatoes? Anyways, they're arms, and I'm going to sew them now. As I was about to sew the arms, my bobbin ran out. So had to take the whole thing off my sewing machine and wind the bobbin up. I stole these from my sister. She has a bunch of them, and if she needs to buy more, I'll pay for them. Anyways, I'm gonna use those for the eyes because they actually want you to stitch the eyes. I don't want to do that. Let's fill him up first, because I can always put the eyes in even if he's full of stuffing. Loops in thread, fiber fill.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so, here's the thing. I spent about 20 minutes trying to clear off my camera footage because I only had 20 minutes left on like the memory card, and then I got there and I'm like, oh, maybe I should go clear out my hard drive. That's how much I try to avoid sewing. Let's fill this thing up. Okay, the nose isn't actually looking too bad. It's not as pointy as I thought it was gonna be. That's not too bad. Kinda wanna put the eyes in. I think they go here, but to do that, I need to poke a hole with something sharp. This is my little crochet bag. It has all my crochet things in it, but sometimes it has sharp things like that. Stab them. There we go. And do the same thing over here. I'm really hoping that these are his eyes. Oh no, these are not his eyes. Where does his eyes go? His eyes go here, but there's no dots. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. His eyes are gonna be all the way on the side of his head. I'm like, well, how's that gonna work? What is he, a duck? It says right here. Okay, so we'll just guesstimate in here. That, I'll pop that in. That on the back of it. He's looking like the teddy bear from Mr. Burns right now. All right, I'm just gonna finish filling him. I don't wanna say he's creeping me out, but he's giving me E.T. vibes, and I am terrified of E.T. Like, usually right now I would put a little clip art of what I'm talking about. It's not happening. I'm not putting a clip art because I'm terrified. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's how I'm gonna sleep at night until he has like his ears and stuff on, because he's creeping me out right now. Okay, it's the next day. I worked on it way too long yesterday. Longer than I would have liked to. I got this far. Still can't look him in the eye. And then I did get all the limbs made for it. It's okay. I mean, like, I've never made a teddy bear before, so I'm just going with it. And then today I went to Fabricland and I ended up buying these two colors to attach it with these little dots. But then I forgot to get black embroidery floss because I'm gonna need something for his nose. I'm gonna have to go to Michael's or something tomorrow. All right, back to Fabricland. Anywho, I don't think I have black embroidery floss anywhere in my stash. So I have to work on this. Now the problem with this is that in the original directions, oh, it does say fusible webbing at the bottom. I didn't get that. I don't understand what's going on with this circle and these. Cut out garland, front, much larger than printed on the edges. I'll try my best. Cut out the circular garland back on printed edge. Follow step 5 and 6 for the leaf. I don't have fusible webbing. I have whatever this is. This is interfacing. So one side you can iron on, but the other side you can't iron on. So instead of trying to figure out what's going on with the leaf and the thing that goes around his neck, I'm like, let's just make his little trick-or-treat bag, because that seems easy enough to do. I'm gonna have to finish this tomorrow because I need a certain type of interfacing, or not interfacing, what is it again? Fusible webbing. So I'm gonna clip it together. I'm gonna put over there. Gonna do this cat. This one looks a little bit more easier than the pumpkin, I hope. Well, why is there 4 legs? Oh, he actually has 4 legs. I was wondering what this piece was. It's the head. I got these ones. Oh, they're the same size. Yay. that. It's perfect. After stuffing the body, I decided to work on the ears. The ribbon was actually really easy. It was just a long strip of orange fabric that I had to fold inside out, sew it, turn it back so it's the right side, and just tie it into a bow. And while I was in bed sewing the cat, I'm like, you know what? I might as well get some of the bear done as well, even though I can't do his top leaf or the little garland around his neck. I might as well just attach his limbs. Finishing him today. I was at Fabricland and I'm like, do I have this at home? I think I do have this at home. But I was thinking about the interfacing. The interfacing is what I had. Okay. Here's some instructions. Put the interfacing on one side of the leaf and then peel. It peels away. And then I put this on the other side, iron it, and then I cut this image out. Fantastic. Wait, how long do I iron it for? What? 1 to 2 seconds, that's it? Okay, so when it's cooled, then you peel this side off, the plastic side. Did I do it right? I did not do it right. Oh no. Oh no, this is supposed to be faced up. Okay, it can still come off. Well, learn my lesson there. Oh, I did this leaf right. This leaf I did wrong. Oops. Now I know I got some like sticky stuff on here, but you remember when I said I wanted to replace this anyway, so I got the leaves done and I could not get all the shiny parts off of my mistake, but guess what? That's just gonna be the backside now. The collar is done. This I just threw through the sewing machine, that's the little thing. Sew this on his head and then the leaves also get sewn on his head. And then I also did buy some black embroidery floss to do his nose, and then he will be all done. I finished them. I got them done. And I realized why I don't like sewing anymore. Because right now my room is trashed. It's trashed. Sewing just gets so frustrating to the point where I'm just like, I'm done for the day, and then I give up. First off, we'll go with the cat. Even though I started with the pumpkin boy, I got the cat done first. So the cat was a lot easier to make because there's a lot less pieces and it was a lot less frustrating. I probably could do the bow better. I have never been able to tie a good bow, you know? You can kind of see the seams where I was supposed to sew it. What are you gonna do? The cat kind of looks like one of those cats that look like Dobby the elf from Harry Potter. That's where they told me to put the ears. Maybe his ears should have went like that. That looks a little bit better. I don't know why it's so funny. It's like his ears should probably like that. That looks like a normal cat, and then it's Dobby. Maybe I should just name this cat Dobby. Pretty cute. I liked how they gave me the nose. I wish the teddy bear had given me the nose and I wouldn't have had to sew the nose on. And then the eyeballs, I borrowed them. Borrowed, I'm not giving them back, obviously. I took them from my sister who has like a kit. I think she got it on Amazon as well that just had a bunch of eyeballs. Now here's the thing. I did have eyeballs and I put them on here. You know, if you haven't seen this video yet, definitely watch it. But they're googly eyes, and if I would have put googly eyes on him, it would have made him like 10 times more funnier. And the eyes that I picked are actually the same as the pattern. The pattern had green eyes for the cat. They were the same size. They matched up. He's pretty sturdy. I probably could move that and I could put him like here. There we go. On to Tomothy. That is what my sister has named him. She originally named him Elliot Timothy, you know, short for E.T. because I told her he looks like E.T. and she knows how much E.T. freaks me out. And I'm just like, Tomothy? So his name's Tomothy. Here he is. He actually turned out pretty good. I think his nose looks a lot better now that he has a nose. Without the nose, he was just giving me major creep vibes. I don't know if his limbs are supposed to be like... Again, I'm pretty sure like a little old lady is supposed to make this and then he puts him down. Oh, his trick-or-treat bag. Where's his trick-or-treat bag? Almost forgot his trick-or-treat bag. His little bag. I think he's really just supposed to like be sat in a corner, not really played with kind of thing. Now with the leaf for the head, I just kind of sewed it down as best as I could. At this point, I'm tired. The part that had the mess up is underneath So you don't even see it. I didn't even think, I'm like, oh, just make it the underlayer. No, I took 20, 30 minutes out of my time to like try to scrape as much of that, of the webbing, interfacing, whatever, you know, infusible webbing off. And then I'm like, oh, it could just be the underlayer. But anyways, he's got his little hat now, this little thing. I'm really glad that they did not make me sew this. I could see it. You had to like sew it and then flip it inside out and then put all the points. Then I'd have to do like a top stitch, which I would have done if they asked me to, but this is a lot easier. For my first teddy bear that I've ever made out of a pattern, I don't think I'm gonna like make it from scratch, but from a pattern, I think he looks pretty okay. I think he looks pretty good. I don't remember the last sewing project I did. I think the last major sewing project I did was my Will the Wise outfit that I did a year ago. That was like the last time I did a big sewing project. Because I just like crocheting, I'm sorry. I love crocheting so much because I can sit down and I can watch TV. Sewing, you have to be focused and you can't watch TV because then all you hear is the sound of the sewing machine. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. This is probably the last sewing project I'm doing for a while. I don't know if I want to touch that machine again. I love my Kenmore, but I need a little break. There they are together. He does give me a little bit of the creeps. Like I could see him running around at night. Alright, that will conclude it for this video. If you're new to my channel, like sewing, thrifting, crafting, and of course crocheting, why not hit the subscribe button? You can follow me on my Instagram, and my TikTok, and my Patreon. I think that's it. So y'all have a good day now.